Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hey, very, very quickly, I wanted to share a chart with you. A lot of people are saying, how do you learn how to trade? They think it's really complicated. In the beginning, it can be really, really scary and a little bit frightening. But I want to share with you a chart. I want to give you maybe some hope and some inspiration on what learning to trade seriously in a short amount of time over, say, the next 30, 60, 90, 120 days. If you plugged in, you get in front of the right educators, get into the right platform, and actually put your head down and spend 3 or 4 hours a week learning how to do this, setting up a practice account so you can learn how to win and lose, working on your emotions, learning everything that goes into it. 90% of it is really mindset and emotion. 10% really is skill, because figuring out how to do this stuff is actually easier than it looks. But what I'm going to show you is going to be a little bit scary. You're going to go, what in the holy bejesus is that? The cool thing about it is you can plug in to some really, really smart kids. You can really, and actually we just launched an app that actually gives you the opportunity to earn while you learn. So you can cheat off the smart kids while you're doing that, which is nice. And you can plug into a community of other educators. That's fire. If you don't know me, my name's Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. My core baseline is to help people make money. So if you want to learn how to make some money, come and hang out with me for the next 90 days. Get plugged into this education platform. Come to class with me. See if it's something that you can learn how to do too. And who knows, maybe you'll get enough to maybe make a little bit extra money. Again, income disclaimer, can't guarantee that you will, but you got to show up and find out if you can, right? So you can sit around thinking about the what ifs all day until you actually, jump in the water. You'll never know how deep it really is. So here we go. Love to do screen shares. One of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to share this with you, and hopefully you can see this. So this is a chart. This is called Trading View. You can go in, and what you're looking at in this, and there's some markups and things on here. I'm going to explain what you're looking at here. This is the Australian dollar versus US dollar. Now, the market is actually closed. The Forex market is closed. They close at 5 o'clock Eastern on Friday, and then they open back up tomorrow. They'll open up back at Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and the markets will be open. One of my favorite pairs to trade is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. This is actually a 30-minute chart. The broker setup here is Forex CM. They're set up as a broker. So on this chart, you can see, and you'll learn this in class, this is what you call a buying trend. It's going up. That's typically a buying trend. But what's really neat on here, you're going to see some little lines on here. These are called Fibonacci pivots, and this is one of the things I learned in class. Now, if you're a math geek like me, just go Google Fibonacci, right? And it's a really cool way to do math. As a matter of fact, if you measure from the tip of your nose to the end of your finger, I believe it is I think it's from your nose to the end of your finger, that's exactly the same height as it is. I want to say like 2/3 of your body length or something funny like that. I don't remember what the exact deal is, but it's the same on everybody. Very weird, unless you're like one of those Tyrannosaurus Rex people where you've got really short arms, and then that might not be the case. But for most cases, there's a lot of really cool stuff in math and how the Fibonacci works. But this is Fibonacci pivot. And learning how to read all these charts, and this is called a Brick Squad momentum indicator. Basically, it's some other indicators. So there's a lot of help that you can get in entering the market. One of these things that I've learned in the Fibonacci pivots is really cool, is that you've got, and I'm not going to go into details on this, but you've got certain areas that you can enter and certain areas that you can get out. And on these Fibonacci pivots, you'll notice here where it says P to R3, P to R3. Well, when you learn this stuff in class, it's very neat. Process, and I'm going to show you this, and this is an uptrend, and you'll see green candles and red candles. Some people like to do black charts with all kinds of other, you can adjust the colors you like. I just like to keep it simple, white background, green and red candles. That's me. It works. It doesn't really matter what you want to set up. And you learn how to read these candles. What do they mean in class? What's a long skinny one? What's a red one? You'll learn all this stuff. But what I wanted to show you in this class here, this was on Tuesday, the 15th. It was right around, I'm sorry, that's the 16th. What day is it? Hold on a second. Maybe I'm off a day. The 16th and the 17th. So this is actually on the 16th, which was Wednesday. I'm sorry, the 15th at 8 o'clock. I don't know why it came up on the wrong date. So the 15th, that's what I thought. 15th at 8 o'clock, and running along this time frame over to about the 16th at 8:30 a.m. So it ran from the evening time at 8 p.m. to 8:30 in the morning, which was just a little over 12 hours, 12 and a half hours in this chart. There was some money to be made in here if you caught this trade going upwards. Coming back in here again on the following day, a little bit later in the day, on the 16th, at 10 o'clock, if you would have got into this trade and rode it all the way up to this point, up till about 11 o'clock. So from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, so just about an hour and a half. I'm sorry, I would have got in down here. Let me back up, not up here, actually down here. Would have got in down here at 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon and rode that all the way till the 17th at 10:30 a.m. So that would have been a run up here. So let me show you what this means. So you come in, you learn all this stuff in class, right? You're going to come in and you're going to set up your measuring tool. You want to measure where you're going to get in and get out. They teach you how to do this. So what I did was my current account size, 5,950. I put a lot size of 1.25 because I've been practicing trading with that. They teach you how to trade, but they teach you in the beginning class to start out with like 0.01. I've got a 10% risk to reward ratio, and I set up my measuring tool to come in. I set up my stop loss. Typically, stop loss is going to be 10%. So I set my stop loss up at 10% of the 5,900. Means I'm going to lose if this trade would have went in the wrong direction. I would have lost $600. Again, it's my money. You can learn how to do this stuff in classes. What I set this up with to run up with a possibility. You'll notice this is $7,600 up here. So in this trade, if someone would have entered this trade, basically set up the way I set it up, based on that, they would have went from basically, what did I just say, $5,900 to $7,600. So they would have earned about $2,600, $2,700 in a matter of an overnight period of about 14 hours, which is absolutely awesome. The next trade, if it would have been set up in the same fashion with the same amount of money, same type of risk reward ratio, risking about $6 here to make $4,000 on this side. So $2,400 here, $4,000 on this side. If I'm doing my math, which the trade would have ran here, it would have ran up, consolidated low, ran up, consolidated a little bit, and ran up. And then I would have, my trade would have closed out right at this point in here. Now I can walk these trades up depending on how you learn the trade. I could have walked it up here, could have watched the trend. I might have gotten out here, then I could have got back in and let it run all the way up to here, and maybe threw in a third trade. So I could have done 3 trades. I could have done this trade, then I could have done a trade from here to here, then I could have got in again and done a trade from here to here, and made some money on these trades. This is the stuff that you learn in class, right? And the cool thing about this is this exact same trade, right? This exact same trade. Let's say I start out with $50, right? Start out with $50, right? In the exact same trade, I start out with $50. Start out with $50. Yep, I start out with $50. I set the exact same parameters, same entry point, same exit point. If I would have started out with $50, I'm risking $5. You'll see it's 45 here. Got a chance to make $13 or $14. So if this trade doesn't get stopped out and it runs overnight, starting with $50, I wake up in the morning and I just made $13. Now that's called compounding. So now I have $63 in my account instead of 50, and that's a whole nother deal. I actually did a compounding calculator Facebook Live a little while back. That's very cool. Again, same thing here. I could have changed this count to $50, right? Same type of risk, everything set up the same. I'm risking $5 here to make $25. So instead of $50, I start out at $50. When it's all said and done, I made $25. Now I don't know where you can go, where you can increase and see adding $25 on $50. I believe that's a 50% increase on my money, right? Yeah, I increased my $50 by 50%. That's freaking awesome. Same thing here. I don't think it was quite that much of an increase. It was $13 off of 50. So it was about 30% increase on this side, 50% increase on that side. That's with $50. There's not a savings account, checking account in the world that you can do that with trading. Again, you can learn this type of stuff in class. You can learn how to read these charts. You can get in with the group. And the cool thing about it is I could, before I entered these trades, I could have took a screenshot of this. I could have dropped this into our trading platform and said, hey, educators, hey, smart guys, is this a good setup? Is this something okay to look at? And they would give me a thumbs up, or they would have said, hey, go ahead and adjust this and move this around a little bit. You might want to set your stop loss a little bit lower, a little bit higher, so you don't get stopped out. You might want to enter the trade here instead of down here. I could have got a lot of feedback on this from the educators before I pushed the go button, before I pulled the trigger, as we call it, before I pulled the trigger, and would have been able to participate in making some money. So I wanted to share this with you just so you know you don't need a lot of money to actually trade and make money. You also, as you're in class, you can set up a complete demo account and actually practice what I just showed you with play money. So you learn how to do this stuff over time. And then when you get ready, you open a live account, maybe with a little bit of money, like $50, $100 or something like that. And you work on compounding that over trade after trade after trade after trade. And you get $13, then you get $25, and then you get $75, and you get $175, then you get $275. The next thing you know, at the end of, say, 120 trades, you got a big fat freaking account based on learning how to plug into the group, following the rules and becoming a trader. It doesn't take a long time. The cool thing about it is we've got our EX8 app, which is a way to cheat off the smart kids. And I'm going to leave that right there. If you have any questions, you'd like more information on the platform, just reach out to me. You can call me at 314-498-7688. Shoot me a text first. Let me know who you are. And then we can set up a time to chat, and I'll walk you through the platform and show you how it works. Have a great weekend. I love you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be an equity creator. I hope you are too. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.